You will never win if you do not dare to reshape the foundations of your present habits. In the most remote corner of each one of us, harmful attitudes and practices are hidden, an accumulation of shadows that creep stealthily into our existence. Despite being aware of their deleterious influence, we continue, day after day, to surrender to them. Sometimes the struggle against these adverse forces becomes a battle of unwavering intensity, and in that arduous contest, we may lose battles, but we must not lose the war. But do not let your heart be troubled, for in this present that unfolds before us, I will offer you a luminous path, a meticulous guide that will lead you through the mysterious meanderings of transformation. Let us face together these 11 crucial habits which, like shadows that dissipate before the dawn, we must banish if we long to forge a life full of glorious triumphs. Join me on this journey that will take us to the depths of self-knowledge and renewal, where the winds of change blow with the promise of a golden dawn. The quest for success in life stands as a journey deeply rooted in the very essence of our existence. The Stoics, masters of ancient wisdom, whisper in our ears that giving in to conformity is tantamount to betraying the grandeur of our human potential. They gently but firmly remind us that at birth, we are endowed with the divine spark of reasoning and self-determination, and that in this ephemeral earthly journey, our fundamental task is to unfold our maximum splendor and nourish the common good. To be a conformist, on the other hand, is like renouncing the symphony of life, opting for a dull melody, devoid of harmony and meaning. The Stoics instill in us courage to transgress the boundaries of our own limitations and embrace challenges with the bravery of an ancient hero, for it is precisely these obstacles that, as forgers of the spirit, shape and strengthen us. The pursuit of triumph becomes a manifestation of our virtue and inner wisdom, where each conquest is an indelible testimony of our commitment to live in harmony with reason and morality. Stoic philosophy exhorts us to throw off the chains of complacency and indifference, to free our souls from the lethargy that threatens to quell our inner fire. It incites us to pursue triumph not as an unbridled pursuit of notoriety or wealth, but as a journey toward moral excellence and service to our fellow human beings. By defying complacency and looking up to the sublime, we find a deeper purpose in our lives, a purpose that transcends ephemeral personal well-being and binds us, like threads of a cosmic fabric, to the natural flow of the universe, a fabric of stars, dreams, and shared longings. In the vast journey of life, a silent and subtle enemy looms before us, procrastination. Like furtive shadows, we postpone crucial tasks, relegating to the background the responsibilities that cry out for our attention. This habit, so familiar, often becomes the jailer of our dreams, stopping us from moving forward on the path to success. But on this canvas of opportunities, time management becomes the brush that, in wise hands, draws the portrait of personal fulfillment. Learning to manage time effectively is like a symphony that flows harmoniously, allowing our responsibilities to take their rightful place in the concert of life. Embracing our tasks immediately is like the sun emerging from a storm, dispelling the shadows of indecision and procrastination. On this journey towards self-discovery, every minute becomes a precious pearl that cannot be wasted. When we strip procrastination of its power, we embark on an odyssey that takes us to the pinnacle of our aspirations. In that instant, the clock becomes our ally, time becomes our most valuable treasure, and triumph becomes a melody that dances in every beat of our heart. In the labyrinth of excessive self-demand, we find ourselves caught in a tangle of relentless judgments, evaluating ourselves with merciless harshness. In the constant striving for perfection, we often forget that we are human beings, subject to frailty and imperfection. This relentless inner critique becomes a jailer of self-esteem, preventing us from advancing with ease along the path of self-realization. In this ever-changing universe, embracing acceptance is revealed as an act of courage. Learning to live with our mistakes, embrace our weaknesses, and treat ourselves with kindness and compassion is the antidote that counteracts the poison of excessive self-demand. In those moments of introspection and forgiveness, new opportunities for growth and healing flourish, and a soul rises phoenix from the ashes of self-criticism. Self-reflection, guided by the gentle beacon of compassion, leads us into a space of authenticity and self-discovery. In the echo of our kind words and in the embrace of our own benevolence, we find the strength to walk the path with grace and resilience. Self-acceptance, like a gentle spring wind, envelopes us, freeing us from the chains of relentless self-demand and allowing us to blossom into the fullness of our being. On the vast canvas of life, the lack of planning manifests itself as an aimless journey, adrift through a sea of uncertainty. When we refuse to chart a course, we are swept away by the currents of chance, and our aspirations vanish in the wind of chance. In this theater of dreams and aspirations, planning becomes the master script, the map that guides us through the stages of our journey. By setting clear goals and making a plan to achieve them, we give meaning and purpose to our journey. Each goal set is like a star in the night sky, a light that illuminates our path and keeps us focused on the horizon. Planning is the alchemist who transforms dreams into reality. By deploying a meticulous plan, we bridge the gap from imagination to realization. With each carefully considered step, we move toward the achievement of our deepest longings. Planning gives us the gift of anticipation, allowing us to navigate obstacles and challenges with grace and determination. In the dance of planning, each day becomes an opportunity to weave the tapestry of our existence. By adopting this practice, we become masters of our own destiny, captaining the ship of our dreams into calm and promising waters. Planning, ultimately, is the beacon that guides us to the shore of our goals, where dreams meet reality in an eternal embrace. In the delicate art of nourishing body and soul, bad eating habits manifest themselves as shadows that obscure our vitality and well-being. When we indulge in unhealthy foods in excess, we build a wall that separates us from the fullness and energy that a balanced, healthy diet can provide. In the vast banquet of life, the choice of what we consume becomes an act of self-love. Every bite we take is an opportunity to nourish and heal our bodies. By leaving unhealthy voracity behind and welcoming moderation and conscious choice, we create a bond with our inner selves that glows with vitality and well-being. Prioritizing a balanced diet is like tuning an instrument to emit the most harmonious of melodies. Every nutrient becomes a note in the symphony of our health, and every choice is a beat that sets the pace of our lives. By nourishing ourselves consciously, we honor the temple that is our body and pave the way to an existence enriched by vitality and well-being. In the delicate art of nutrition, every choice becomes a brushstroke on the canvas of our health. Embracing healthy eating is like a warm embrace of our essence, an act of self-love that connects us with the source of vitality that resides within us. In the choice of healthy foods, we find the door to fulfillment and balance, where body and soul are nourished in an eternal dance of well-being. On the vast stage of existence, lack of exercise manifests itself as a silent dance of lethargy that snuffs out the vitality of our being. When we opt for a sedentary life, the chains of inertia envelop our muscles and slow our minds, like leaves swaying in a gentle wind. In this body that is our temple, regular exercise becomes the river that irrigates our lands, keeping the fields of health fertile. By incorporating movement into our routine, we bring life to our muscles and energy to our mind. Each step, each stretch, is like a symphony that awakens our being, reminding us that we are alive and full of potential. Exercise is the painter who colors the canvas of our vitality. Each session of physical activity is a stroke that beautifies our body and nourishes our mind. Blood flows more vigorously, endorphins are unleashed like stars in the sky of happiness, and the mind clears like a starry sky on a clear night. Every movement becomes an act of self-love. By letting go of inertia and embracing exercise, we release the inner strength that resides deep within our being. We discover a balance that transcends mere physical fitness and guides us towards a state of holistic well-being, where body and mind intertwine in a harmonious dance of vitality and alertness. In the theater of the mind, negative thinking manifests as a dark shadow that looms over our horizons, projecting doubts and fears at every step we take. When we embrace a pessimistic mindset, we are building walls that separate us from the light of hope and trust. In this journey of existence, the choice of our thoughts becomes the brush that shapes the painting of our reality. By letting go of pessimism and working on nurturing a positive and optimistic mindset, we are sowing the seeds of growth and inner strength. Every positive thought is like a ray of sunshine that illuminates our path and dispels the haze of uncertainty. The mind is the sculptor of our experiences, and positive thinking is the gouge with which we sculpt a masterpiece. Every optimistic thought is a block of marble that we sculpt to reveal the beauty that lies within. When we face challenges with confidence, we transcend adversity and find in every obstacle an opportunity for growth. Every thought becomes a step towards personal fulfillment. By freeing ourselves from the pessimistic mindset, we discover the power that lies in positivity, the ability to transform our lives and light the way to a future full of possibilities. The positive and optimistic mindset is like a beacon that guides us through the storms of life, illuminating the path to authentic fulfillment and inner peace. In the vast book of existence, the lack of continuous learning manifests itself as a blank tome that closes in the face of the immense potential for knowledge and growth. When we fall into the trap of believing we already know everything, we are restricting our own evolution, denying ourselves the opportunity to discover the mysteries that life has to offer. In this symphony of experiences, continuous learning becomes the score that guides our melody. By leaving behind the arrogance that clouds our minds and encouraging the habit of constantly learning, we open the doors to a universe of possibilities. Each lesson, whether through reading, acquiring new knowledge, or exploring unexplored experiences, is like a note that enriches our vital composition. Learning is the beacon that illuminates our path, clearing the darkness of ignorance and revealing new horizons. Each new acquisition of knowledge is like a step forward in the dance of wisdom, a journey that takes us through uncharted territories and nourishes us with the richness of understanding. Every experience becomes an opportunity to learn. By letting go of the belief that we already know everything, we nurture our innate curiosity and embrace the humility that leads us to authentic wisdom. Continuous learning is like a fountain of renewal that flows through us, keeping the flame of growth alive and lighting the path to the expansion of our mind and spirit. In the consciousness scenario, the consumption of explicit adult content resembles a veil that obscures genuine understanding of sexuality and human relationships. When we fall into the trap of this material, we are allowing a distorted illusion of love and intimacy to replace the authenticity and deep connection that should characterize our relationships. The perception of sexuality and relationships must be nurtured with respect and consideration. To see the woman or partner as a mere object of desire is to reduce the richness and depth of the human experience. Each individual is a unique being, a companion in our journey towards self-improvement, and deserves to be treated with dignity and respect in all dimensions of their being. Consuming this type of content not only distorts our understanding of relationships, but also has a direct impact on how our brains function. Concentration and focus are undermined, and the ability to focus on what we truly want to achieve is weakened. The mind becomes an unattended garden, where the weeds of explicit material choke out the bloom of our true goals. In sexuality and relationships, authenticity and meaningful connection are the movements that enrich our existence. By letting go of the illusion of explicit content and rediscovering the beauty of true relationships, we open the door to genuine intimacy and personal growth. In this quest for understanding and mutual respect, we find a path to fulfillment that transcends fleeting satisfaction and leads us to a deep, enriching, and authentic connection. In life's complex financial scenario, mismanagement of money resembles a capricious wind that derails our dreams and aspirations. When we indulge in impulsive spending and live beyond our means, we are undermining the foundation of our economic security and denying ourselves the gift of the future. The budget becomes the map that guides our financial journey. By learning to manage our resources wisely and save for tomorrow, we build a bridge to financial stability and independence. Every conscious spending is like an investment in our own future well-being, a seed we plant with the promise of a bountiful harvest. Money is the tool that allows us to shape our lives. By abandoning impulsivity and embracing financial responsibility, we are building a path to safety and success. Each savings is a brick that builds the structure of our dreams, a haven of well-being and tranquility that is built on solid foundations. Every transaction is an opportunity to take control of our financial lives. By letting go of impulses and living within our means, we nurture the seed of economic growth and build a stronger, brighter future. Prudent money management is like a beacon that guides us through financial storms, illuminating the path to the realization of our goals and inner peace. In the realm of human relationships, persistence in toxic relationships resembles a spider's web that traps our vitality and prevents us from flying freely. When we hold on to connections that harm us or rob us of energy, we are hindering our personal growth and undermining our own inner peace. Meaningful relationships are the bonds that nurture us and allow us to flourish. By freeing ourselves from toxic bonds and surrounding ourselves with people who support and encourage us on our path to success, we are creating an environment conducive to our development. Every friend, every companion, becomes a pillar in the edifice of our life, sustaining our dreams and desires. Relationships are mirrors that reflect our own existence. By letting go of those that harm us, we give ourselves the opportunity to grow and surround ourselves with positive influences. Every healthy relationship is like a blooming garden that nourishes our souls and propels us to new heights. Every interaction is an opportunity to enrich our lives. By leaving the toxic behind and embracing the uplifting, we create a space for personal fulfillment and inner harmony. Healthy relationships are like beacons that guide us through the turbulent waters of life, illuminating the path to success and well-being. In life's journey, a lack of self-care resembles carelessness that erodes our physical and mental health. By ignoring our fundamental needs, postponing adequate rest, and letting stress creep in, we are neglecting the most valuable part of our being. Taking care of oneself becomes the foundation that sustains our existence. By prioritizing self-care, we give ourselves the opportunity to nurture our health and well-being. Every moment of rest is like a color palette that restores our spirit, and every stress management is like a breeze that refreshes our being. Health, both physical and mental, is the foundation of all achievement and happiness. By letting go of neglect and embracing self-care, we create a space conducive to personal flourishing and inner peace. Every healthy choice is a building block that builds the edifice of our life, a refuge that protects us from the storms of existence. On the path of self-care, every action is an opportunity to reconnect with ourselves and nourish our souls. By leaving neglect behind and embracing attention to our health, we cultivate a garden of well-being that flourishes with the promise of a full and balanced life. Self-care is like a light that illuminates our path, guiding us toward well-being and authenticity. On life's journey, the fear of failure becomes an anchor that can paralyze us, preventing us from reaching our true potential. When we allow this fear to dominate us, we deny ourselves the opportunity to learn and grow through the lessons that only failure can offer. Every step on the path to personal fulfillment involves challenges and sometimes falls. However, it is critical to understand that failure is not the end, but rather a chapter in the journey to success. Every stumble provides us with a valuable opportunity to gain wisdom and build the resilience needed to reach our goals. By freeing ourselves from the fear of failure, we open the door to the fearless exploration of our ambitions. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to overcome our limitations, learn from our mistakes, and emerge stronger and wiser. In this approach, failure becomes a traveling companion rather than an obstacle, and success is defined not by the absence of failures, but by the determination to persevere in spite of them. On the path of self-transcendence, every setback becomes a stepping stone to fulfillment. By letting go of the fear of failure and adopting a learning mindset, we discover that every obstacle is a golden opportunity that propels us forward on the path to success and personal growth. Failure becomes an ally in our journey, a sign that we are challenging our own boundaries and moving toward the best version of ourselves. In the relentless pursuit of success, Stoic wisdom stands as a beacon and guide. On this journey, we discover that the elimination of the superfluous is the path that leads us to clarity and virtue. By freeing ourselves from the shackles of complacency and mediocrity, we boldly launch ourselves into the exploration of our full potential. Obstacles, on this path, are challenges that strengthen us rather than insurmountable barriers. Courage is our ally, wisdom and righteousness our compasses. We realize that success does not lie in the ephemeral pursuit of fame or wealth, but in a constant pursuit of living in harmony with reason and contributing to the collective well-being. On this journey, we embrace the Stoic perspective as our eternal guide. We find in her the strength to persevere, even in the most challenging moments. And ultimately, we want our pursuit to be a beacon of inspiration for those who cross our path. Go ahead, forge your destiny with determination, and let virtue be your constant compass on this journey to success and authenticity. I say goodbye, but not before remembering you. I'm Stoic, are you?